How do you replace a heat exchanger in a commercial packaged gas unit? This is a 10-ton Trane packaged gas unit behind me, and we're going to replace the heat exchanger today, and I'm going to show you how. You're watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad. Let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take all the screws out of the top panel. Then we're going to disconnect the outdoor fan wires, and then we're going to take the top off, probably lean it up against the ductwork in the back. This is the heat exchanger. You can see we've got 3 burners, and it came with the flue box cover. So this right here is the flue box. This is where the inducer motor would mount. This is where the pressure switch would, the tube would go for the pressure switch. And this is the heat exchanger. That's the box that it came in. We actually ordered a flue box cover. I've already replaced the inducer motor. I did that last year, so we shouldn't need that part of it. But you want to make sure you order everything to do with the heat side when you have to replace a heat exchanger like this, because this is a $3,000 job. Now the unit would be close to $15,000, so the customer chose to save some money and make this equipment last longer. So I'm going to show you how to get to the heat exchanger first. This unit's 3-phase. Here's the disconnect. You always want to turn the disconnect off. You always want to turn the breaker off before you begin working on a unit, especially when you got to take it apart. You want to unplug the outdoor fan motor wires, and it looks like we've got black, brown, and it looks like blue, but it's purple. So where are these wires leading to? One of the wires is leading to right here. All right. And then the other 2 wires are going to the capacitor. So, all right, now I'm going to cut this wire tie. That way I can get these wires out of that bundle and get them loose so that we can take the top off. We don't want the wires catching. Already took all the screws out. They were all 5/16, and I took those out with the drill. Got the 3 wires disconnected for the outdoor fan. All right. I think I removed all the screws. Oh, missing one. Ow. Excellent. You go get the fan side. All right. There's the top. Now, make sure the top's secured, guys. Oh, hey, it did fall nice and neatly. There's the insulation, and here's the blower housing. There you go, buddy. Now stay. Ah! All right, got the top off now. Take a couple more screws off, and there's the indoor blower motor. And we're going to need to remove this belt, so careful not to pinch your finger. Well, come on, buddy, get off there. All right, there's the belt off. We'll need that off because we're going to take this housing and remove it. So take the wires off the limit switch right here. Remove those. I'm going to go ahead and take this panel off here, because we'll need to get in that section. That's the inducer motor, manifold pipe, 3 burners, gas valve. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this panel off since I got all the other panels off. Check the filters, make sure if they need to be cleaned, replaced, we'll replace them while we're here. And do they? Well, looks like they are super dirty. Look at that. Yummy. All right, we got to replace those while we're here. So 20 by 25 by 2, got 4 of them. Now, there are, it looks like 3 screws here. I got to get an extension. Got the extension. You guys will be able to see that heat exchanger once I get these 3 screws on this side. You might want to get a 4-foot ladder. I brought one. Or you may need to get over inside. That way you can reach it. Let me go get my ladder. Now, to be able to see the heat exchanger, I gotta take this housing. Did I take all the screws out? Yeah. I gotta lift it up. But when I do it, I need to make sure I don't damage the indoor coil. Woo! All right. Oh yeah. That's busted. Got a bunch of holes in there. Now you can see the heat exchanger. All right. Now we need to shut the gas off. So turn the gas off, take your pipe wrenches, break the union loose. All right, that looks like it'll almost fit. Oh, yeah. If you're like me, you like to tighten it before you loosen it. I always like to do that, you know. Not. This is 3/4 inch. It looks like going to 1/2 inch. Now, I could just take this panel off and then take the manifold pipe loose, or I can unscrew this. I think I'm just going to, so I don't have to loosen up any more pieces of pipe, I'm just going to take the manifold loose and then loosen the screws that go to this panel. All right, so here, 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 here. All right, and that's loose. Take the manifold pipe loose. You can see these screws I'm taking out here. All right. Now, this should all come out. Unplug the gas valve wires. Looks like I need to cut a wire tie. Yeah, set this out of the way. When the heat exchanger's busted, the flame will roll out. This right here is the rollout switch. And I found this switch open. So I had to push the button to get the unit to retry and to get the burners to light again. So I knew that I had to check the heat exchanger. And that's the reason I checked the heat exchanger. Also, this is the ignition control board right here. And it will display a fault code right here where this LED light is. And it was flashing 6 times. You can see where it says rollout. So I knew to check the rollout switch because I had 6 flashes on my ignition control board. All right, I'm going to take out the inducer motor and the burner assembly. And I'm hoping none of these screws are too badly rusted. That way I can actually get it out. So far, so good. All right. There's the burners. They don't look too bad, but I need to clean them. Igniter looks pretty bad. Flame sensor looks okay. Go ahead and take these wires off. All right, this back here in the very back is the limit switch. I want to take it loose. Now I want to take off the inducer motor, as well as the little flue pipe here. All right, now inducer motor. I just replaced this. So and also, when I replaced this motor, you can see that I had to put in a new fitting for the pressure switch tube. I go to the supply house, I get a brass barb fitting. One side is threaded, one side's barb, and that's how I make that fix. All right, now take the rest of these screws off. Wow, those are rusted. All right, got a couple more screws, one there, and then run along the side, and one up here. All right, I couldn't get that screw out, I couldn't get that screw out, so, but I think we've almost got all the screws for this section. No limit switch there, just this blocking the hole. Interesting. Now, probably need to take all these wires off and pull them back through this hole here. I don't want them to be in the way when I pull the heat exchanger out, because I've got to pull it out this way. And I'm going to show you where the other screws are, because don't think you've got it loose from just the front. See that screw there and that screw there? Those are right here. 1, 2, and then on the other side, 1, 2, 3. So you get to those from the condenser section. All right, so we need to get those out. If you're curious what the sound of the air is, it's that compressor right there. Now take a look at this model number, check that out. Serial number, check that out, 1441. The year's 2014, so 10 years old, and then 41, that is, I'm pretty sure, the week. So, and then 120, that's 10 ton. 102, YSC 102. So, all right, now, got the little right angle for the drill. Make sure you get one of these, link in the description. I'm gonna go ahead and take these screws out on each side. All right. Oh, that makes my life so much easier. This 4-foot ladder comes in handy. All right, get out of my way. All right, make sure we take the right screws out. Looks like right here. One more. All right, got those out. Now, I'm pretty sure there is a piece of metal attached to the back of this heat exchanger, and you cannot pull it out. I'm going to show you what to do to make it come out of there. See this screw right here? All right, got All right, there's a little panel here. I'm gonna go ahead and, all right, got the last screw out. Got that little panel out of the way. All right, to get these rusted screws out, just taking my flathead, hitting them with a hammer, and it's slowly but surely working. See, it's almost out of there. So I'm getting these screws out so I can take the flue box cover off. There we go. All right. Last screw. Oh, there we go. Look at that big old gasket. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at that rusted heat exchanger. All right. Now it looks like no more screws holding it. Looks like it should come out of there. I'm going to put a flathead in between here, you know, just to make sure. Got that right angle. Maybe I just need to pull it out the bottom. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, it's out. All right, what else we got? How are we going to get this out? I'm going to show you where the last screws are. They're up here. See that? 1, 2, 3. How do we get those? We have to take this indoor motor mounting plate and motor out of the way by taking these screws out. Let's do that now. Just when you thought you were done, you're not done. Oh, not there yet. Looks like we got this one. We got this one. We're almost done. We got a couple over here too. One, 2. All right, now. Oh, you're not done, buddy. All right. Now, it's loose. So, take this. All right. One more screw. I know I've said that a couple times, I think. Oh, yes. It is alive. It is alive! Oh, yes. Be careful. Careful where you set that. Careful not to let it fall. All right. Now, you can see the screws, see? One here. One here. And one here. Now, this heat exchanger should come out. Oh wait, one more screw. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Oh, yes. Guys, I wish they'd have bought a new unit. Guys, there's actually one more screw in there. I know what you're thinking. How could Taddy miss it? Well, I didn't. It was your job to figure out where all the screws were, okay? I'm just kidding. Calm down. Oh my goodness. No wonder it wasn't draining. That's ridiculous, sir. Do you not believe in maintenance? All right, so the last screw is right here. Look at that little beauty. Can you see it? right there. Right there. All right, I'm gonna get that out of the way. Remember, this little right angle attachment is your best friend. Don't try to change one of these heat exchangers without one. And if you do it, please send me a video. I want to see how frustrated you were. Okay? All right. That's it. The moment of truth. Man. All right. Look at that. All right. Pulling all these wires through here. Oh, I got this little fitting. I need to get that out of the way. All right, got this. Open it up. All right. Slide that through. All right, now we're not gonna tear any of those wires up. Oh, yes. We are Sparta! Oh, that felt good. All right, now we got to put it back in. Let's put the new one in. Oh. Oh, line sets. All right, having to bend this panel out. And looks like it is almost lined up with these screws. Just got to make sure it's lined up on all four sides. That way everything will go in, or all three sides. Whew, all right, let's put everything back together. There's my hole. Got one. This one went a little bit too forward. Oh, but I still got it. All right. All right. There's the three on top. I'm gonna put these two back in whenever I get the blower motor set back in place. Now, screw that in. Oh, before I screw that in, I make myself work a lot harder than I have to. I'm going to put this plate back in. Alright, there's one screw, and then up here, there's the other screw. Go ahead and put the blower in place. Screwing in the blower now, because we got all this lined up. Motor's in place. Now to put all the screws in the sides. Last. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, now look at it. Ooh, that is ugly. Now it's beautiful. All right, put these back in. I got all the wires ran through. Got the inducer motor put back on with the little flute pipe, and then I've got the limit switch down here in its place. I'm gonna put these burners back together. I got the screws put on both sides, and we're almost ready to put the blower housing back in and start it up. I'm going to show you the difference between a burner for this commercial package unit, American Standard or Trane, and then a burner for a residential package gas unit. If you didn't see that video where I replaced that heat exchanger in the American Standard 2-ton package gas unit, this is the burner it uses. And this is the burner that the 10-ton unit uses. So you can see it's much larger. All right, got that rollout switch in place. Pressure switch wires hooked back up. All right. Almost ready to start it. Sorry if it's hard to hear. When that air compressor kicks on, it is loud. The one thing about the blower housing and getting it in here is there's a lip on the very back of this blower housing. So when you go to put it in, you have to tip it back this way and put that lip in. And once that lip is in, then you can push it forward and it'll set in place, but it won't go down unless that lip is inside. You want to make sure you have 2 people when you do this. If you have 2 people, it will make this job go so much smoother. This is probably about an hour and a half, 2-hour job right here, for sure. Let me know if you've ever changed a heat exchanger in a unit like this. If you guys need help troubleshooting commercial package units, or you need an introduction for beginners on working on them, or just how they're built and what to know, just basics, I got a couple videos I'm going to put down below for you, okay? Putting the blower belt on is a lot easier than taking it off sometimes. I'm going to show you what to do. You just take it, you put it on the adjustable sheave or pulley, and then the non-adjustable pulley, put it right there on top, and then just roll it over. Boop. Make sure the power's off when you do that. You don't want to lose a hand. All right, make sure you look at the arrow. There's the arrow. So it should go in like this, because the air is traveling from the return in through the heat exchanger out. So we got some new filters, because we're about to start it up. It feels good to have it all together. I can't tell you how happy. Well, I can tell you. Why do people say that? I can't tell you how excited I am. What do you mean? You can tell me. Just tell me. I'm telling you. I'm excited. All right, let's put the top on. Let's start it up. We got heat. Everything's put back together. Gas valve's on. Union's tight. And we got the shut off on. Limit switch is plugged back in. Fan is running. I notified the staff that there would be some smoke produced from the new heat exchanger that we just finished installing in this Trane 10-ton package gas unit. I made them aware so that they weren't afraid when they seen the smoke coming out of the vents. Make sure you do that anytime you install a new heat exchanger. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. If you did, hit me up in the comments and let me know what you learned. And if you don't have a question, that's okay. Let me know who you are and let me know where you're from. If you want more videos like this, you want to learn more about being a technician, check out my playlist, HVAC Tips for Technicians. I've got hundreds of videos of real live experience in the field as a technician. You want to take your training to the next level? Check out my playlist called HVAC training courses. You're going to have a bunch of videos there that are going to be specific about different subjects like how to size ductwork, how to size equipment, sales training, geothermal training, how to size mini splits, balance point charts, what they are, how to fill it out. All kinds of information that is for the advanced level technician or someone who wants to be at the advanced level. If you guys want consultation on a weekly basis, I have people that contact me through the membership levels. They get my phone number and I offer consultation on many different subjects, whether it's starting your own videos and having your own YouTube channel or memberships or having a Patreon, or whether it's having somebody that can help you solve your issue with your heating and cooling system, whether it be a geothermal unit, mini split. I am here to help. That's the reason I have this channel, and you're the reason I have all these videos. So thank you so much. You've been watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad, and I'll keep you cool if you let me.